Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's your favorite old man of Dragon Ball Legends. It's your boy Sax. And today, I saw this video out there from Goresh, which is one of the OGs of this entire game. Goresh made a video of the most top 10 hated units, probably in his opinion, but right now we're just going to react to it and kind of see what his initial, or his units are. And I'm going to probably put my thoughts on it, if I agree, if I don't agree. I have no idea what the units are going to be. So what I'll do is I'll probably skip around through it. I'm not going to watch the whole 55-minute video because it's going to be a long video. And we don't really want that. Before we watch the video, I just want to say thank you guys so much for getting me to 500 subscribers. We're halfway through the goal of getting to 1,000 by the end of the year. Which I appreciate all you guys. Thank you. Without your support and your love, this would not be possible. So I just want to say thank you guys so much. We're on our way to getting to 1,000 subs, which is very nice. I can't thank you guys enough. So let's get into this. Let's see what it is. Let me know, I guess, in the comments if you agree with his list, don't agree with maybe what I have to say. But just let me know what you guys think. All right, so let's get into this little introduction, and then we'll go to the units.
Do a bit of a different ranking video, top 10 video. This is going to be a list of my top 10 most hated characters.
Okay, yeah. The top 10 hated characters on his.
Very difficult list to create.
Let's just skip over to his first one.
Videos like this, they're at.
And I'm reaching an ad. Let's see what it is.
At number 10, we have Zenkai Green Fat Buu.
Okay.
I'm sure a lot of people would agree that this guy would be at least somewhere on.
I thought he would be higher, actually.
Top 10 list.
I really thought he'd be higher.
This guy just created a very toxic environment.
I mean, I could see him. I had a feeling he was just going to automatically be there in the top 10 just because of his lock-in mechanic, which I'm sure he's going to talk about 3 times. Basically, as soon as he came in, he could just snipe your unit, and there's nothing you could do about it. So I could say that he was up there at top 10. I would maybe have put him a little higher, but so far it's already getting up there with one of the most hated units. With just being in that lock-in mechanic, the healing aspect when you put him with Super Baby 2, man, that meta was just a wall. You couldn't really do anything about it. Nothing you could do about it.
This guy recently got a buff via the first ever non-LF sparking unique equipment. So I'm not really the biggest fan of how he turned out with the equipment. I think he's still a bit undertuned, but
True.
Listen, I'm okay.
True.
I would rather not see this character make a massive resurgence into the game. This guy just really created a terrible meta back when he first got a Zenkai. Because what you would do is you would run this character next to Blue Super Baby 2. He actually came out very shortly after Blue Super Baby 2 released.
There it is.
And then you'd run
just like I said.
Zamasu. So you'd have an endurance character. You'd have this Buu who healed infinitely, and then you had Baby who amplified the healing of the entire team every time you switched out, and just in general HP regeneration on the team. And so what would happen is, even if you had the newest purple character, which was Purple Super Saiyan 4 Goku, you really couldn't damage the team. This team.
No, you couldn't.
All
right, let's just skip over to where we get to number 9.
I'm really not a huge fan of how he
all right, let's see.
in the meta right now, and I'm okay with that because I don't like this character. Number 9 on the list, we have Purple Full Power.
Bolero. Dorado, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that, man. All right, let's look at this.
Bojack.
Number 9 is Bojack. Okay, I can see where he's going to be the most one of the top 10 most hated units. Is because, maybe before Goresh even talks about it, it's the fact that he was run with that Vegeta and that lock-in yellow Gohan. That just movie setup was just so good back in the day, and the fact that he was had the kind of the universal cover change where he almost could stop everything, I think, except for ultimates, with special strike, anything you wanted. But you got damaged by yourself. But I could see it being up there. I thought maybe this would have been 10, but I can still see him being up there as one of the most kind of toxic hated units.
Back when this character was new and one of the top 3 best characters in the game, if not just straight up number 1 or number 2. This guy has still, honestly, probably the most broken cover change ability in the entire game, which is against all arts attacks.
Oh, even on Ultimates.
Of course, right
Okay,
now,
so I was wrong with that.
We all are very annoyed and not very fond of the quote-unquote universal cover change characters. Now, when we say nowadays universal cover change, we're talking about characters that have the ability to cover change against both Strike and Blast Arts cards.
Mm-hmm.
Right. When this guy, okay, this guy has the true universal cover change. Not only can he cover change against Strike and Blast cards, but he can cover change against green cards and blue cards as well. And there's no limit. So, like, take Ultra Gogeta Blue, for example, or Beast Gohan, LF Beast Gohan, or Ultra Hit. All three of those characters have...
It'd be interesting if this man gets a Zenkai at some point, but I don't know if that'll even save him.
Cards, and they can only use them twice per match. After you use them twice, you can no longer cover change again.
Yeah.
Bojack has cover change.
Okay, all right, I can see that.
Blue cards and green cards, and there's no limit. So you can do it as many times as you want in a fight.
Okay.
The only
all right, let's skip that. No, I can see that.
Losing 15% HP.
All right, let's see what the next one's.
We have the tag Super Saiyan 4s here.
All right, I'm just going to say this. No, I'm a GT guy, but that's just, I can't really, be biased. I think what he's going to say is the green card, the fact that Goku gets a blue card every single time, and you got the cover change when they switch to Vegeta and then back into Goku, but then they lose it after someone's dead on the other person's team. I think what he's really going to talk about this is just the green card, just the AoE. Anytime a unit's got an AoE green card, they're always considered hated. But we'll see what his explanation is. But I thought this was going to be a little higher, just because of the green card. But we'll see what happens. I want to hear what he says.
I really, really hate this character. Not so much nowadays, because they've sort of been shoved down the totem pole a bit. They're still really good now, but they're not what they once were. Not even close. But back when this character released, I just feel like they're one of the... I don't really know how to put this. They're one of the most annoying characters to fight, and they're one of the most slippery characters to fight. Their AoE green card, they have the sub count reduction if you try to rush them or use an ultimate on them.
Yep.
So
I love that.
To kill, and they just feel like, what's the way to put it? Nowadays they just feel like a gnat, right? They're just flying around.
A gnat?
Not really bothering you or like doing much damage to you, but they're just like annoying. They're not like a massive threat to you.
Just
right?
because they're
It's very tough to
GT.
describe the way I feel about this character, but that's sort of how I feel about them. Vegeta is hitting you with like 15 million cards, but they're all doing like 0 damage. But in the meantime, I guess he is collecting a Rising Rush. They're restoring Vanish via their blue card, which they draw whenever you go to Goku. I don't know. I really, really don't like this character. The cover null.
It's because they're GT. Just say it. Just say it.
Anti-special cover change ability they have, the cover null that they have is just it's so easy to get. You just have to have 3 members left alive, right, on your team.
You gotta read the kit.
It's really tough. Like, I sat down and I thought about this for a second before I hit the record button here, but it is actually pretty tough for me to put into words, like, why exactly I just despise fighting this character.
Because they're GT, just say it!
You know what I think it is? I think it's probably the combination of this character being on the same team with a cover rescue character, the Yellow Super Saiyan 4 Goku.
I think he was saying that the 3 people are covered from the enemy team, not from on your team. It's the enemy team, not yours.
Because a lot of times you try...
Alright, we're going to skip to the next one. Just say you hate him because they're GT. Just say you hate him. Alright, we're going to the next one. We got an ad right now. Alright. Just say you hate him. Who's next?
7 on the list is going to be...
What?
Our boy...
Just say you hate GT! Oh my god, he put Oob. Oh my god.
Maju.
Yo, no he didn't.
We all hated fighting this guy.
Oh my god. Yo, he put
Maju.
Okay, before he says anything, it's just gonna be the same thing. The AoE green, he's got endurance, cool, but it's just the AoE green, really? That's why you're gonna do it. It's just gonna be the green card. There's no way.
Always felt like I don't know what to even call it, like the wind up time for this guy's green card to go off, the AoE green card, it always felt like it was instant. Like you look at the tag 4s, which we just talked about, and you use their green card in a fight. Like the other character has to actually like teleport in, and then they start pausing for a second, and then the green card effect goes off. This Oob, you press the green card, you just like like it just goes off instantly, and you have no time to react. At least with the tag 4s, you have like a split second to think about what you're going to be doing when you're
just be the whole GT team.
This guy used green card,
It's just the green card. That's it. That's the only reason why.
I don't know if that's actually
All right.
for them to make like the animation so short on the green.
That's it. I'm gonna get to the next one. It's just the AOE green card. Just give me the next GT unit. That's it. That's 100%. Just the next GT unit.
So Majub is at number 7. I actually just hated fighting him. Paralysis, AOE green card, all this other BS as well. But let's move on to number 6. I could have easily.
Okay, no, I like this. I like where he's at. I think I know exactly where he's going to. Again, another AOE green. It feels like a lot of units he's going to use on this is a lot of AOE greens, but the fact that the lock-in mechanic for 10 timer counts, you couldn't do anything, I agree. It might even be a little bit higher, but I agree with him being in the top 10, 100%.
Put this character higher on this list. I probably should move him up. Yeah, I'm already recording this. Let's just get into it. This is number 6 on my top 10 most hated characters list.
Yep.
Yellow Gohan.
Yep.
Dude, I should put him higher.
That's what I'm saying.
Do I just stop the recording and like reorganize this list? It's tough. This is so tough. We're getting into the territory where it's really, really tough to rank these characters because it's like the entire almost 5-year span of this game. I have to limit the top 10 characters I hate the most. We're getting to we're approaching the top 5 here. Like this is tough. This is
it's gonna be. I'm curious to see what his top 5 is,
from this point all the way
but
to
I still agree with this one.
I think 1 for me is definitely set in stone, but like 2 through 6, you could probably just reorder this whatever way you want because I actually, beyond being able to even explain my thoughts, I just completely and utterly despise this unit.
Yeah. No, I agree.
So this Yellow Gohan actually released next to Bojack, who was also on this list as well. So can you imagine that the value of that banner? That was a Ultra Space Time banner, by the way. It wasn't even an LF banner. It wasn't anything super special. It was just I believe they did monthly Ultra Space Time banners back.
All right, I basically know what this is. I don't have to watch this entire thing, but it's just the AOE green card and the lock-in.
This guy,
Let's skip to the next one.
It just straight up did not work. So yeah, it's kind of a bit nostalgic looking back on this Yellow Gohan here, but I would.
All right, who's next?
Appreciate it if he just never got a Zenkai. So yeah, stay dead forever, hopefully. All right, coming in at number 5 on the list, we have the Tag Androids. The character was actually originally swapped with.
Oh my god. Go ahead and run. Go ahead and run. Go ahead and run! Damn. All 17 did was that. That's all he did. And 18 went to, flip the hair, you got your vanish gone. I get it. Again, it was more of a powerful, I guess, tag unit than GV was. But GV was also kind of hated for a while just because of the constant healing. The first time we had the tag units. But just all he had to do was just one green card. And then that was it. You couldn't do anything with the cover null. There's nothing you could do. And then if 18 had a green card, God forbid, you lose your vanish the first time, and she gets cover null, and it's a drop combo, which also starts a new combo, which means she's going to hit even harder. The good thing about them, I will say, is that they nullify endurance, because some units just have the endurance factor, which is good for the people for units to have that. But I can agree with them being top 5, but it's just, man, I just have nightmares of that green card.
My number 4 character, which we'll talk about next, but I decided to switch the order around because I just have a special place in my heart for the character number 4. But the androids, I mean, you guys know how much I hate this character. You go back and watch any of my videos from exactly 1 year ago, and you will see how much I actually just completely despise this unit. So this character released back right before the 4th anniversary, and they kind of stole the show from the anniversary. UI Goku released was a very, very
Yeah.
powerful unit, but he did not match up to the androids. Then we had
No.
Dragon Fist in part 2. Very cool character. I think they did a good job designing him. I think he, sort of did his role well for the time that he was meta relevant. He did not stand up at all to these androids. Then we had Ultra Super Vegito in part 3. I think I probably would give Ultra Super Vegito the thumbs up over the androids in terms of who was a better character. But it was close. It was actually very close. And, of course, the androids were just completely stomping all over Vegito because of the way that they're designed. Red character with type advantage, and they don't care about endurance.
Yep,
the game
there it
was
is.
set up to give this character the stage for, 4 months after the release.
Yeah.
It was just ridiculous. But
They
the
did
main
it-
reason why they're
they
on
did
the
it
list
well.
in terms of most annoying is just because of the way that they dominated the game. It wasn't this character that came in and hit you with one card and just instantly killed you like Red Zenkai Gohan did back when he was the best character in the game for 13 months or whatever it was. He just switched in, blast carded you twice, and you lost. Right? That's how it was. With
Waiting
this
for the green
character,
card.
What happened was you got touched by 17, he green carded you, and then you proceeded to just walk away from your phone for 50 counts, and while they just beat you down and just destroyed
Exactly.
you.
That's exactly what it is. The green
You
card.
couldn't switch.
That's it. I already know what this
You
is.
couldn't interrupt.
All right, we're gonna get to the next one. I'm so curious to see what's gonna happen here. I don't really care about this ad, so we're just gonna watch this. Cool. Yeah, I know exactly what it's gonna be. The green card. It was 100% gonna be the green card.
Fast, reliable.
That's what made them the way they are.
The United States Postal Service.
All right, that's fine. There we go. No.
For literally 30.
All right, here we go.
counts.
Let's see what this is. This is top. This is the fifth, so it's gonna be the fourth.
Solitaire. This character was at its
Okay.
peak. This was actually Solitaire. So number 5 are the tag androids. Let's move on to number 4.
I'm curious.
Number 4 is certainly a character. Well, you guys knew this was coming at some point on the list, and here we are at number 4.
Okay, hold on a second. I understand the fact that giving them the crits to Super Saiyans was annoying. I get that, but not at number 4. And he's got a long explanation for how long this is. He talks about this, where are we at? 28. We're at 28, and he talks about it for literally 5 minutes on how much he hates this Bardock. I understand the crits and all that, but I don't think it's as high. But I understand it being top 10. I think this is just a little bit too high. But I think I already know where it's going, but let's hear.
Blue Super Saiyan Bardock. Yeah, you really could interchange this character with any of the next 2 on the list. So, literally, number 2 through 4, he could be in any of those spots. Honestly, I'd be okay with it. This is a character where you look at his kit and you actually say to yourself, this is a character that a professional game studio gave the okay to release. It is that bad. So again, this character isn't, and this is going to go for both his pre-Zenkai as well as post-Zenkai, because the bulk of what this character is doing that's annoying is not tied to either or, right? He's as a character, he's doing the annoying parts of what he's providing. When he's un-Zenkai'd, and then also obviously when he is Zenkai'd. So the annoying part of this character is, I'll just read it straight from the kit here. Applies the following effects to allied tag Super Saiyan when this character is switched to standby.
It's crits.
25% to damage inflicted for 20 counts. 30% to critical rate for 15 timer counts. 70, not 17, 70% to critical damage inflicted for 15 timer counts.
Yeah.
Notice, it does not say cannot be stacked for any of those effects. This character, honestly, this character pretty much doubles the damage of other Super Saiyan characters. And the reason why that's so stupid, and the reason why that's so egregious, is because this character far, far outlived his relevance because of this. And so what we saw post this character releasing is that
so with him saying that, I didn't know about the 70% on it, but maybe I can kind of agree with him now. I still think he could be top 10. He's still on this list, 100%. But now that he's talking about it, because I didn't read the kit, because why am I going to read the kit? Because why am I running Bardock? I just knew that he was just giving so much crits. But now, from what he's talking about, I could say at least he might be top 5.
Single Super Saiyan character that released, they either had to go out of their way to make them worse because of this character existing, and because of that exact mechanic I just talked about, because of those 3 lines in his kit, or the characters that were actually good Super Saiyan characters just instantly became the best characters in the game.
Let's just skip it over. I got to the point.
Any sort of playtesting at all, and then
let's keep going to the next one.
Good. Like there's a 0% chance that's how it went down. So, Super Saiyan Bardock at number 4 on the list. This is something.
Now top 3. So here we go. Let's see what it is.
We'll see.
I better see MUI in this.
Let's move on to the top 3 on my list here. All right, so I understand this might be a very controversial pick.
Controversial? This ain't no controversial pick. He is annoying. Literally, go to watch ZVG's. I don't really want to say it, but FLOE. Infinite greens, infinite blues. He can't move, because if he does, he dies. Rose, I despise. When I match them, I sigh. Same thing applies to Rose. Oh my god. This unit is so annoying.
Again, you could really interchange the top, like, 5. You could probably interchange the top 6 on this list. Besides number 1. There's
no.
I will not concede at all with number 1. Number 1 is number 1. You guys will see who he is in a second. But 2 through 6, I feel like, yeah, you could probably interchange them. So this Rose can be as high as 2 on the list, but he could be as low as 6, I'd probably say. Again, this is my personal subjective list.
He's top 4 to 3.
I have not really experienced a more annoying character to fight than this guy in a very, 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 very long time. This is one of the least fun metas that I've ever experienced, and it's mainly because of this guy. A lot of people will point to Ultra Gogeta Blue as being like the main culprit of not enjoying the game right now, but I will tell you right now, I have way less fun fighting this character than I do fighting Gogeta Blue. Reasons for that.
All right, so this before we get, we'll listen to a little bit of his thing, but before I get to that, I have 3 units that I think he might have in the top 2 left. 3 units that I'm thinking of right now. 1, UGB. 2, Beast Gohan. Or 3, MUI. 2 of those 3 units should be in his top 2. They are so bad and so annoying. But I don't know what it's going to be. But I think at least 2 of those 3 units should be there.
Less responsible reason is because of what he's doing defensively. It's just the disrupt.
Oh my god! I think I might know what it is.
So egregious.
I think I might know what it is, which I know what it's gonna be. Oh, I despise seeing this unit all the time. With seeing the champ, I retract my statement. It's the champ.
He's getting
or hit. Hit is another one.
Stealing your main ability for 5 counts, and he's lowering.
He talks about this for so long. How long is this?
So he's basically
34 to
Not only that, if he enters the battlefield
a long time.
or less HP,
So almost 10 minutes he talks about this. So we're not gonna watch this whole thing, but you already know. You already know. It is the green card, the paralysis, the bleed, the infinite ultimates, everything about this. Everything about this. So we already know there's no reason to even listen to this. We already know he's so annoying. So we'll just get ready for number 2 and then number 1. I'm curious to see where it is. But we're gonna watch it at first. All right, let's see where we're at here. I'm curious though. I'm curious to see where it is. I retract my statement. I think the champ, it might be there too, and could be hit as well. Those are the 2 units that I thought of.
God forbid you switch characters.
Okay.
So
here we go. Let's see.
I don't know. An incredibly annoying character to fight. I would just rather not play the game and continue to fight this unit. To be honest with you,
here we go.
Really annoying. I hate this character. I hate paralysis. Remove it. Coming in at number 2.
There he is. I completely forgot. It's not that I completely forgot it, so I want to try to like block this man out of my head. But the fact that, I almost would have put him at number 1, man. This guy was so annoying. You literally made not good people in this game to win matches because of luck on this paralysis effect. And then he locked in for 10 timer counts, and you can't do anything. You just gotta sit there and just take your beating. And you can't do anything. There's a couple units that, nullify paralysis, which is nice, but not many characters do that. This man came out the 2nd anniversary. Think about that, guys. For the 2nd anniversary, and he's still being used at some points in this. Is so dumb that this is still a thing now, but people still use him.
On the list, we have Hero Hercule. This character released during the 2nd year anniversary.
Yep.
And is still used. I mean, if you actually look back at the 2nd anniversary and look at all the characters that released during the 2nd anniversary, which character is used the most? And the answer is this character.
That's so. That's so ridiculous.
That this is the best character that released during the 2nd anniversary. It's this guy. Better than Vegito Blue.
I could just imagine if he was not there. Oh my god, man.
I just don't understand the reasoning behind this character. Like, did they think it was funny? Was this supposed to be like some kind
It had to be a troll.
Kind of like inside joke? Like, I don't really understand the point of this guy existing. This is, if you asked somebody to
so dumb.
If somebody asked you, hey, would you recommend that I download this game? Would you recommend that I play this game? And then you said yes to them, and then they fought this character. Do you really think they're gonna keep the game installed on their phone?
No, it's you get so frustrated. Like if you're trying to go, like think about this. I've gone for a number 1 rank grind before, and you're winning a lot of matches, and you're feeling good.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
And there's just nothing you can do about his effect. There's nothing you can do. You just get paralyzed, and then you're screwed. And that's so frustrating because there's nothing you can do. There's really nothing you can do. I'm going to skip this to almost to the end. There's no point in listening to this anymore. We all know what this is.
I don't have a reason.
You can't move in this.
This.
All right, I'm curious to see what his number 1 is.
Like, this character's not funny. Like, I don't know what's funny about him. Like, it's just dumb. I just don't understand why he exists. All he does is he creates an environment devoid of fun. And I thought this game was supposed to be fun. So I just don't really understand.
Okay, here we go.
Number 2 on the list is for Hero Hercule. So here we go. Number 1.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me think of what I'm going to say here. Yes. And no. No, because there's a lot more other units that are more annoying than Cooler. Okay? A lot more annoying, I would think, than Cooler, with Beast and the Nullified cover, the Infinite Vanish, and all that type of stuff. I get that. With UGB, stop with the blast cards, get the blue cards, and he just constantly just gets card speed, whatever. I get it. The reason why I think he's going to go with Cooler here, right? The only reason why, because we'll listen to it before and then we'll end the video. They're using the strike card and locking you in for 2 timer counts. You just basically click strike cards and then you win on there. You just got the damage. Just got nothing you could really do about that. You kind of just got hit by Cooler. I get it, but he was hard countered quickly because of Beast Gohan. He got covered all fine and all that, but his Z ability was not like based off of like LOE. It's more towards like movie setup because LOE at that time I believe was all blast and cool strike. I get the fact that there's just a lock in for 2 timer counts, but other than that, if he didn't have that, he would not be on this list nowhere near. That's the only thing that made him. That's it. That's the only thing that made him the way he was just lock in for 2-timer counts and use his strike. So I'm curious to hear more of it, but I thought that it would have been something else, but we'll see.
One on the list is going to be LF Final Form Cooler. I could make a 20-minute video of me just talking about this character. But there's no argument for me here. There's no like, oh, this guy could be 5 or he could be 2. Like, this is a solid, set in stone, probably never going to change, most hated character ever in this game's 5-year history at this point. This is a clear shot number 1. This is my most hated character of all time in the game. Legends Limited Final Form Cooler. So I'll just try and give the TLDR on why I think this character is just the single worst release of all time. So this character comes out, I believe it was September of last year. I think it was either September or October. I think it was December. I think it was September. Maybe like potentially late August, but I think it was September. So he comes out like 2 months after Ultra Super Vegito comes out. Now, what does Final Form Cooler do? He is a direct counter to Super Saiyan characters, and of course he's red. And his main ability nullifies endurance. So this is a
I forgot about that too.
Huge, massive, enormous counter to Ultra Super Vegito.
Really, we're gonna get the ads right now on this? Come on.
Who is not even 2 months old when this character comes out? Why? What is the point? They Ultra Super Vegito was one of the most well-designed characters. Honestly, we've in terms of a main headlining character for either Anniversary or Legends Festival, Ultra Super Vegito has to be up there as one of, if not the single most well-designed headlining characters we've ever gotten. He's not really doing anything toxic. The only kind of toxic thing he does is his ability to chain his green card off of cover changes, because that's just, you just get lucky with the cover change and you have a green card in your hand. I guess you just get a free combo from it. That is kind of stupid. But besides that, he's a very well-rounded, balanced character that isn't really doing anything that I would consider to be ultra toxic. And yet they felt the need to mega ultimate counter him in 2 months with this cooler. When this cooler came out, you just didn't see any Ultra Super. He felt the face of the planet.
Yeah,
when
he
this
did.
Cooler came out because he was unrunnable. You couldn't risk running him next to this guy running around. You were asking to lose. So that's, I guess, what this character was designed to do. But I have no idea why they decided to do that so fast. Whereas the androids were running around still pretty much unchecked for how many months was that at that point? 5 months, and they decided to counter Vegito instead of the androids. Whatever. So this character, the main issue I have with this character is the fact that he locks you in for 3 counts.
Or 3 counts. It's 3 or 2 counts.
Let me just quickly double check that. I believe it is 3. Let's see here. 2 counts, sorry.
2. No, I was right.
All enemies with 2
Your boy's right.
counts.
Your boy's right.
So that activates once every time he switches in and then back out and then comes back in. You can use it again. So
I was right.
the reason why that's so ridiculous is because when this character released, he was just so far and away the strongest offensive character in the game that you had 2 options. You either predicted that he would go right for the strike card, in which case you would want to switch to a strike cover change character, or you would predict that he would drop the combo, which means that you would, not switch and just predict that he would drop and swipe so you would avoid getting hit, right?
50-50.
If you lost the coin flip, you lost the game. The entire match was decided upon whether the person using cooler would drop with the strike card or not drop with the strike card. And because of the snowball effect of how strong this character was on release, if you guessed wrong and he got his combo off on you and he locked you in and he continued wailing on you for however long he was able to, because remember, he gets cover null and he nullifies endurance with his main ability, you probably lost. There was no super bulky character that really could withstand the punishment from this cooler. You pretty much were just you lost. If this cooler touched you, you were dead because you were locked in and you couldn't do anything and you lost. Right? He could get 3 cards in on you before you could even switch characters. And so that interaction of you essentially having a coin flip to survive every single time he entered the battlefield, it just created an environment where there was like literally no matches that were determined by skill. It was, do you drop combo or not drop combo? Oh, you guessed wrong, you lose. Oh, you guessed right, at least you get to live another live for like another, I don't know, you get to live until it happened again. you got to live until Cooler switched back out and
Okay.
back in.
No, I see it.
That's how the game was.
I see what he's talking
so
about.
you ended up-
I see what he's talking about with just being like a coin flip on that. But I still think that maybe not number one, but I still think Beast Gohan would have been up there. But I could see his reasoning of why that's his most hated units. Just locked you in and you couldn't do anything, and then if you drop combo or he went for it again, there's nothing, you just had to guess. It's a 50-50. So there's nothing you can do about it, but I understand where he's coming from, but you know, it is what it is. This is his list, this is not mine. But yeah, I think this not bad. I think the units he had on there for the most part were pretty good. I was expecting to see MUI, Beast, and UGB. I really thought they were going to be there. Not really USG, but I was expecting to see at least one of those three. But you know, it is what it is. So that's pretty good. Not too bad. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you're new, because I'm trying to reach around 1,000 subs by the end of the year. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for 500 subs, and I will see you all later.